idea to host this camp come from for you?
So last year in Huntsville, I decided that I kind of wanted to give back to the younger generation of baseball players, and so did that in Huntsville, got a lot of good feedback, and I knew Birmingham had a huge baseball market, so I wanted to try to expand down here this year, and the feedback's been great so far, and I'm really excited to work with these kids on Saturday, so hopefully we'll have a good turnout.
So what was your favorite part about doing it in Huntsville last year?
The biggest thing in Huntsville is really just seeing those kids' face. You know, like they see us as a big pro baseball player, but I just see myself as a regular guy. But it's really just how they look up to you and knowing that the influence that we have is really important, and I don't take that lightly. When these kids ask me questions and stuff, I want to give them an honest answer, give them positive feedback when they're working, and really just helping them believe in themselves and realizing that the game of baseball is not everything. Life itself is always bigger than the game of baseball. So,
where did you learn that lesson from yourself?
My dad growing up was always my guy, my coach, my biggest supporter. So we were always throwing in the front yard, hitting wiffle balls, going to the park, and he pushed me. He was my biggest critic, but he also was my biggest supporter. And so I think it's important for parents just to realize, it helps to have somebody a little bit closer to the peer-to-peer level to, reiterate the same things that their dad are saying, but it just sometimes clicks when they have a younger guy and, professional baseball player, you say, give them that same advice.
Yeah, and you can drop the air quotes. You are a professional baseball player.
I guess, yeah.
So you were drafted 7th round by the Royals. You just spent this past year in Wilmington.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to forecast the future, but what is your plan, I guess, for this year and then the upcoming years?
Yeah, this will be going on my 3rd year with the Kansas City Royals organization and hoping to start in Northwest Arkansas, which is the AA affiliate. And one of my season goals is to end the season in the MLB, have a September call-up, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity to play at Kauffman Stadium, and that would be just such a surreal moment, a dream come true. But if that doesn't happen, I'm going to keep my nose down, continue to work hard. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is my work ethic. I continue each and every day after this and don't really let anything get in the way, and just being a good leader on the field, and hopefully the coaches and the upper management sees that and gives me the opportunity.
It'd be cool to hit one into the fountains.
That would be cool. I did a 2017 workout there, and I do have to say that's a long way to the fountains, so I don't know. We'll see, yeah.
So I'm so interested because you won the minor league championship at both your first 2 stops. Right?
Yeah.
So I just want to know, how do you think that the lessons you're trying to impart on these kids now that you take with you to work every day, how did you kind of see those help you at those first 2 stops?
There's no question. I think when they drafted me in the 7th round, playing 2 sports, and really just kind of knowing my character and where I come from, leadership was one of the things that I try to value myself on. And so when I was with these young guys, the 1st and 2nd and 3rd rounders that were from high school, they needed somebody that was a little bit older, a little bit more mature to help create a culture in the environment that the team wants to be around, that the team can build off of. And so that's one of the biggest things that I think the last 2 years I've been able to do is just take all these different personalities on a team, which makes a team so unique, and help create a culture that we all want to play for one another. We all love one another. We have a family first environment, and we have a good time playing. We have fun, and that's one of the biggest things. My mission in life is to love God, to love people, and have fun. I mean, if you're not having fun, why are you doing what you're doing? And so that's one of the biggest things for these kids is go out there, don't put the pressure on yourself, have a good time, enjoy yourself. It's the game of baseball, and I always tell people the day that it becomes a job for me is the day that I'm done. Right. It's fun for me. It's still a kid's game, and I get paid to do it, and I'm so blessed for that.
That's awesome. And for the folks who don't know out there, minor league baseball, you gotta have fun because you're on these bus rides.
Oh, yeah, 12-hour bus rides last year. I mean, we went from Delaware to Myrtle Beach, and you get there at 5 a.m. and then you got a game that night. So it's really important to stick to your routine and try to get rest when you can and everything like that.
Eat those PB&Js when you have to.
That's what we call a minor league steak sandwich. PB&J.
Yes, very nice. I'm curious about the transition from, so you're an Alabama guy, you grew up in Huntsville, went to school in Birmingham. First stop is in Idaho Falls.
Yeah.
How did you handle that transition?
Never been to that area of the United States, so it was definitely different. And I always would ride in the bus and just be so intrigued by the beautiful scenery. And I would get my phone out and try to take a picture and send it to people. And I'm like, God, this doesn't do it justice.
Right.
It's just so, so beautiful up there. And, I got a chance to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It was a couple-hour trip and loved it. Got to go back. First thing I'm doing when I retire is going up there to go skiing. I've heard nothing but good things. But Yeah, pro ball is unique. There's a whole different culture of Latino players in the locker room, so it's just a really good opportunity for you to, see where people come from, hear their stories, and just have a good time playing the same game. It's crazy to think we're so far away from them, but we're doing the same thing when we were kids, and now we get to do it together.
Right, and then you played in the Arizona Fall League,
Yeah.
which is cream of the crop.
Yeah.
What did you learn from your teammates and your competitors down there?
Yeah, I would say Arizona Fall League was definitely a learning experience for me. It wasn't quite, the best statistic month of my life, but you play against the best of the best, and that's what you want to do. You want to continue to compete against the best people, and that's just what makes good ball players. It's just going out there each and every day with a good mindset, positive, being confident in yourself, and continue to develop your craft. When you look at your failure in baseball, those 7 times that you get out, like, how do you view those? You have to learn from those. You have to continue to take notes from those, and that's one of the things that I do. Every time I go back to the dugout, I'm writing notes in my journal about my at-bat, what I saw, so I can put myself into a position the next 10 at-bats to go 4 for 10 or whatever. So it's just important to keep that mindset, to continue to learn, to grow, and continue to have that drive to be better each and every day.
Right. So obviously a lot of good lessons going to be taught at the Brewer Hicklen baseball camp. We've also got some swag that you're going to give to these kids, right?
Yeah. So there's going to be an awesome, cool bracelet that I actually wear each and every day. It says "Tetelestai." It's a Greek word that Jesus said on the cross. It says, "It is finished," and it's just a reminder for me each and every day that the work's finished. I can go out there, my load is taken off, and I can just have fun. So I'll be giving each of the kids a bracelet, and then we have an awesome T-shirt that's coming out. Can't wait for the kids to see that because it's a really unique and cool design. And then we're gonna have some game used gear, merchandise for sale there. Hopefully the kids will get to see those and see the big bat that I use. They're gonna pick it up and be like, "How do you swing this?" But yeah, hopefully they'll have an opportunity and see that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Could we actually zoom in on the bracelet here?
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Okay.
Cool. We'll do that with the bats too. Yeah.
Do you want me to say that again with this?
No,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
We can
We'll
play
do some
this video
creative
over.
editing.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then, just last but not least, if someone wants to sign up for the camp, where can they find some more info?
So all the information's on brewerhicklen.com/camps. You'll find all the time that you need to be there. And with the weather coming up this weekend, it's really important for these people to check their email when they sign up. We're going to get this camp done, whether it be Saturday morning. We have an opportunity to push it back to Saturday afternoon, and then if it is really crazy, we can go to Sunday. So just be aware. If anything, for as far as scheduling doesn't line up with you, obviously I can be in communication with you and we can try to work something out. But if they sign up, they have about 24 hours left till tomorrow at 6, and hopefully they'll take advantage of that. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. brewerhicklen.com/camps. Yeah.
We'll put all that info.
And then also something, so a unique opportunity for these kids is they're going to have a 1 coach to about 7 player ratio. So it's going to be very hands-on training. We have a beautiful indoor facility in case the weather gets, super crazy. We're going to keep it on a very tight schedule, very detail oriented. And these kids are going to have a really good opportunity to ask questions, learn drills, and really get a lot of good reps and just have fun.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
I actually have one more thing that I did read about. So, you played football at UAB.
Correct.
I don't want to talk about the shutdown. That's sad.
I know, it is.
We'll talk about positive. I saw you told a reporter about how you take some of the team-oriented lessons you learned from football and apply it to baseball. How do you kind of see those manifest themselves?
I think one of the biggest things that's different between the baseball world and the football world is the football world, you have to have the team to succeed. In the baseball world, you can have 1, 2 players, a good pitcher, and you don't necessarily have to have a whole team. But that's what we've taken into the locker room the last 2 years, and that's why we've won 2 championships, is because we have these guys that buy into a culture, buy in to a work ethic. We all have the same mindset. We all have the same goals. And when you can get a team on the same page, you're dangerous. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to pride myself on, is just bringing all these personalities, all these different cultures from all over the world. I think we had 5 different countries represented on my team, and just bringing all these people with the same mission and the same goal and getting the job done when it comes down to it.
That's awesome, man.